Hi everybody, DBxNEP here, and I am very tired. I am quite the sleepy. I have slept less than 6 hours of sleep, and to be honest, I probably shouldn't be recording this video with that much sleep. But I am. I'm not gonna have time to do this later today, so I gotta get it out now. All right, so let's just get through this video despite my yapping. Hi, how you doing? Happy Tuesday, but for you it's Friday, so happy Friday. So today we are going to be having a uh, nice little discussion about our next project. So if you didn't notice, which I mean you should have, but if you didn't, then well, you should be looking at my community tab, shouldn't you? Our next what if is going to be the remake for Dragon Ball X Touhou, which I've said on many occasions to be my favorite what if I've done. It was my favorite, and I always enjoyed doing that series. In fact, it might have been one of the what ifs I put the most effort into. And I just never I just never got around to continuing it because of low viewership. Most of my company was for Pokemon, and I just got demotivated. A little bit demotivated. So, but I did a community poll. We got like 25 votes, I think 22, 25, something like that. And DBZX Touhou was the one who won. So, that's what we're doing. However, there are a couple of difficulties, one might say, in doing this series, and that's what we're here to discuss. So, first thing first, there's the obvious, crossover aspect of what characters there's going to be, right? Obviously, we need a Reimu Huckleberry, but who do we add aside from that? And do we replace characters? Because there's a lot of Touhou and Dragon Ball characters, and if you've watched my Dragon Ball Z X Neptunia series, there is just not enough room for all of these characters that are in both franchises. Like, you just cannot feasibly write all of these characters to be involved into the story regularly, right? It's just not gonna happen. So, that's one thing, one difficulty we're having. Another one is, as you can kind of see on my screen, is transformations. Let me make it a bit more obvious for you. There you go. And obviously, Dragon Ball is known for transformation. And there are a couple inside of Touhou, but not a whole lot. And that's kind of an issue because Dragon Ball kind of relies on its power-ups. That's kind of a necessary thing. So it kind of makes you stop and think, how am I supposed to write past the say the King Piccolo saga, or maybe the Saiyan saga, without getting out of hand? Touhou characters have a lot of hacks, but in Dragon Ball, raw power just seems to overtake hacks. It just seems to be how it works. Uh, Goku just fucking skipping time skip, right? And and my answer is I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. We're kind of we're figuring it out. We're trying to find all that out. And I will, obviously, you will see how I did it when I get to it. But for right now, it's something I am considering. One of my ideas is actually to do the opposite of what I did last time. Putting Dragon Ball into Gensokyo. Because, Gensokyo is the land of fantasy. You know, anything is possible. But it would be a bit different from my normal what ifs. So maybe not. And then of course you have all the different stories, right? There's not adding the games in between. And hell, let's just take out PC98 for the sake of argument to make it look a little bit better. There is we're at Touhou 19 now. So there's 13 Touhou games. And there's not that many arcs of Dragon Ball. So 4 arcs in Dragon Ball, 4 arcs in Dragon Ball Z, and right now there is Battle of Gods, Russian F, Goku Black, Tournament of Power, 6 arcs, I think, inside of the Dragon Ball Super continuity. So 14 arcs throughout Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Super. 13 if we're doing GT instead. No, not 13. That's there's 3 less arcs, so there would be 11 arcs adding GT. So, you know, and that's not adding the arcs in between, right? That's only adding the main arcs. And even then, that's still a lot of characters to go through. Right? So, you know, what do we do? You know, what do we do about that, Mr. Crimes? And the answer is, I'm still figuring that out. I think it's, especially once you get into Dragon Ball Z territory, you know, it's unlikely to get those arcs going. A lot of the arcs in Touhou don't really work if they're like planet busters. So, for example, right, we're wanting take Touhou 8 Eternal Night, right? If in Touhou 8, if we did Touhou 8 after the Master Roshi, like the 21st Tenkaichi, well, first of all, Master Roshi blew up the moon. So how does that, like, you know, how do the Lunarians feel about that? Probably not very good because, you know, the moon was blowing up with thousands of people on it. But also, ignoring that, right? The events of Touhou 8, they wouldn't replace the moon with the maximum amount of possible. I'm reading and talking. They want to replace the moon with the fake one. But why would you do that if you can just blow it up? Right? Take Junko, right? Like, she could just blow up the moon with the flick of her wrist. Right? How does one write that? And, again, it's a I don't know situation. But that aside, let's move on from that for now. Let's move on from that at this very second and talk about something else. I do have a Christmas present planned for everyone. And trust me, it's not one I want to do, but it is one I'm planning. And on the side, I am working on a D&D, my SNUZX at home D&D. I am working on a Gundam war game type of game, which I did do a video on it on the channel. Mobile, I think it was like Mobile War Game Gundam or something like that. And yeah, I'm working on a new system because I wasn't really happy with that one. It wasn't quite what I wanted. And obviously, we don't have miniatures to use, so we have to use Roll20. So, it's just little complicated on that one, but hey, I'm working on it. And then, you know, of course, I'm doing that. I'm also working on a new book, which I have to start doing art for pretty soon. Ooh, excuse me. Uh, my apologies, everyone. But with me having, you know, all these projects I'm shuffling, I'm always overworking myself. It's it's kind of a problem. But yeah, we're working on a lot of things. So I guess my point right now is that be patient. That's all I'm gonna say. Just be a little patient. I do have a Christmas present for everybody on top of the Touhou X Dragon Ball. So you know you're getting the Touhou X Dragon Ball for everyone who wants that, but then you're also getting another Christmas present, which I mean most of the people who enjoyed that probably aren't watching this video. I'm gonna be honest. I also want to thank everybody just real quickly for 1,200 subs because it's been I I I didn't think I was going to reach this far when I started, right? I feel like everyone says that, but uh, it's true. I didn't think I'd make it this far. I feel like it's my fault that it took me this long, right? My own mental health, and my inability to deal with it. But at the same time, you know, I thank you, regardless. Thank everyone for being here and you know supporting me on my journey. I hope that you know I continue to make some good content that you enjoy, and I can't think of what else to talk about. Join the server. I have a Patreon if you want to go there, which you know you get everything early. There's no guarantee how excuse me. There is no guarantee how early you get it. However, I will be doing it early. Uh, you know, like you'll like if I finish something on Thursday, I upload on Friday. You're only getting it a day early. But sometimes I have finished projects up to 2 weeks early. And it's just and you know also you're supporting me, so you know something to keep in mind. You know because I don't get paid from YouTube. I don't have enough watch time for that. But with that all in mind, perfect time to end the video, I guess, since the fight ended. Thank you all for watching, and you know, I hope you all have a good Thanksgiving, a good Christmas, and yeah, that's all. See you guys.